Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to EtiouTube. NBA season starts tonight. Who's on the menu? Guess who? Defending champion, Toronto Raptors, getting their championship banner and rings tonight at Scotiabank Arena. So it was supposed to be a big duel and the welcome of Zion Williamson from the New Orleans Pelicans. But Zion is injured, has a knee injury. And I hope it's not anything too dangerous for him because we would have liked to see him. He has yet to play an NBA game and he's about all the buzz right now in the NBA. Take care of you, Zion. Hopefully you get better soon and hopefully this is not a trend for you because you're very athletic, very heavy as well, and I hope those knees can sustain the way you play because it's very entertaining. So, we're about to defend that title tonight, us Toronto Raptors players and fans. Let's be honest and realistic. It's going to be difficult this year. So the East, our main competitors, starting with the Philadelphia Sixers, the 76ers have gotten better when we were one bounce away from not beating them. And the Kawhi quadruple bounce went in, eliminating Joel Embiid and his crew. So we lost our best player, Kawhi. We did re-sign Pascal to a max contract. And hopefully he's going to live up to that. But he's going to need a lot more help than that. Kyle Lowry also added an extra year to this current year at $31 million a year. We're going to need all his leadership and all he was playing last year that made him one of the leaders of this team and then finally stepping up during the playoffs and leading us to a title. The Sixers got better, much better. They kept the core even though Jimmy Butler left, but they added Al Horford up front, which is a major addition and makes me predict that the Sixers are going to win the East this year. Second close team will be Milwaukee. Milwaukee didn't get better. They were very dangerous. We bought them in 6 games last year. We, even though, Malcolm Brogdon left, they're still a very, very dangerous team. And I hope that Giannis worked on his jump shot during the offseason, just like Ben Simmons did, wink, wink. So those are the 2 dangerous teams on the East. The Nets, to me, I don't trust Kyrie Irving in leadership alone. I think he'd be better off being with his buddy Kevin Durant, but all of us know that he's going to be out for the year due to his famous Achilles injuries he contracted during the finals last year. So Kyrie is pretty much on his own with a core of players that were here last year. I don't think he's getting past maybe conference semifinals. Let's see what the future has in hold for the Nets that otherwise have a nice future in the NBA. They were able to snag 2 superstars that the Knicks were coveting, and they ended up having none of them. So that's for the East. On the West, all bets are off. Who's going to come out of the West? Who's going to come out of LA? Where the 2 biggest teams in the West, I think, are between the Lakers and the Clippers. It feels almost weird to mention the Clippers are as title favorites. They are mine. They're my title favorites. They're playing the Lakers tonight. They might not have maybe a better starting 5. I'll say even a starting 2. I think LeBron and Anthony Davis beat Kawhi and Paul George. But after that, if you add Danny Green on the Lakers and Kyle Kuzma, anybody else on the Clippers plus the bench is better than the Lakers because the Lakers don't have a bench. They have Dwight Howard, who they're trying to get something out of desperately this year if they're going to go anywhere. For the Lakers to be going all the way through, their 2 superstars are going to have to play 40, 45 minutes a game, which I don't see happening. And then after them, if they go rest on the bench, who's going to pick up? Not much. There's JaVale McGee, there's Dwight Howard, there's Rondo and whatnot there. I don't think there's enough for them to go all the way to the finals. The Clippers, on the other hand, with Patrick Beverley, Montrezl Harrell, all the core team they had last year, and they added two bona fide superstars in Kawhi and Paul George. They're going to be an incredible defensive juggernaut. I see them just going all the way to the finals, and I predict the finals between the Clippers and the Philadelphia 76ers this year. So let's see if that holds. In the West, I'm curious to see what the Nuggets from Denver are going to do. A lot of the people pick them as part of their top team. Somehow they're not my top teams. Maybe because they're not very sexy to play. Jamal Murray, who's Canadian, is there. And they have one of the best centers in the game in Nikola Jokic. But somehow I don't see them getting past also maybe the semifinals of the Western Conference. And then you have the Golden State Warriors. Minus Kevin Durant, who fled and left to the Nets. So that leaves Steph Curry having to carry the load, no pun intended, carry the load with those Golden State, and he's going to have to learn to deal with people ganging up on him as the lone shooter. As we know, Klay Thompson is also out for part of the year, so Steph is going to have to save the day on his own, and then we'll see when Klay comes back. Draymond is still there, obviously. They've lost Iguodala, they've lost Sean Livingston. They've lost too many parts to me for them to be relevant, or at least to be back in the NBA. So I see them in NBA Finals. I see them being maybe mid-pack of the Western Conference. They might cause, a big surprise in the first round, and hopefully certain teams like Houston, I know they don't want to play them in the first round. Houston, a very interesting experiment. So after their GM, Daryl Morey, set the planet Earth on fire with his tweet about China, I think he's going to have his work cut out for him, and trying to make Russell Westbrook and James Harden work without having two basketballs on the court. So let's see. I can't wait to see how that experiment is going to function. I don't think it's going to go well. The preseason has shown that James Harden has played as if Westbrook was not with him. And he's always played like that. I don't think he could just flip the switch on like that. So it remains to be seen in the future how those two superstars are going to coexist. So that's the NBA launching today. And then nobody can predict for in a long while. Nobody can predict who is going to be the champion this year. We know who the defending champions are, Toronto Raptors, and we're going to try and do our best to repeat, even though it's not very likely with the team we have this year. But you never know. We could trade, injury happens, and then we'll take it from there. One final wink. I know a lot of you don't follow baseball, but I do, and it's the start of the World Series tonight. It's the Houston Astros and Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole that are going to play the Washington Nationals. And you must be saying, why are you talking about the Nationals? Well, guys, believe it or not, the Nationals were in Montreal. 14 years ago, they were the Expos of Montreal. And they went to D.C., and they haven't known and lived a lot of success up until this year. They usually flame out first round. And then next thing you know, they're able to win a playoff game first, and then defeat the mighty Dodgers that were favored to win it all. And it has them playing the World Series starting tonight. So good luck to the Nationals. And then part of Canada is playing in the World Series tonight. All right, that was it, guys. So happy NBA season. All the best. Enjoy the spectacle. It's going to be wide open. And I'll talk to you next time. Take care. Bye.